Hello, my name is Paul Okeke and I welcome you to another exciting time in government class. Today we shall be looking at the topic political parties under the theme political parties and pressure groups. It is expected that by the end of the lesson you should be able to define the term political party, discuss the organization of political parties, list the functions of political parties, and identify the various types of political parties there are. Have you often wondered the purpose for which people come together? Sometimes it may be to promote an agenda or to probably come together and vie for political power. Political party seems to be that association where people come together for the sole purpose of contesting and winning in elections. Before Nigeria gained her independence in 1959, political parties had already been formed and started playing active roles in the political affairs of the nation. Political parties like the NCNC, which stands for National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, and the NPC, which is Northern People's Congress, and also the AG, Action Congress, were formed and began playing major roles in Nigeria, one of which was to contest and win elections at all levels, including the federal level. Now, let us give a proper definition of the term political parties. A political party can be defined as an organized group of people with a common interest. This common interest lies solely in the ability for them to contest and win elections and also hold power in government. In other words, we could say that when people come together to form an association just for the sole purpose of contesting elections or winning the votes of people, they can be said to be regarded as a political party. Like we said, the major distinguishing factor between a political party and all other forms of association lies in the fact that political parties are mainly formed to seek electoral votes and also hold power in government, while other associations may be formed to protect the interests of members against extortion. Political parties are mainly formed to not only channel ideologies but also seek votes from the electorates. Now, from the image, you could see the various political parties and their symbols currently in Nigeria today. Now, what are the features of political parties and what distinguishes them from all other associations? Some of these features include political parties are an organized group, political parties have a shared ideology, political parties are highly partisan, political parties thrive on manifestos, and lastly, political parties carry out campaigns from one time to the other. Let us explain these features in details. A political party is said to be an organized group. What this means is that a political party has a clearly defined procedures with which they operate. In other words, a political party has laid down rules and principles for either electing a person into office or choosing a flag bearer who would represent the interest of the party. Secondly, a political party thrives on shared ideologies. What are ideologies? Ideologies are a set of beliefs or principles which a people or an institution operates by. In other words, we're saying that a political party does not come into existence without a unique ideology which guides all its affairs. Thirdly, a political party is highly partisan. Now you may ask, what is partisanship? Partisanship is the ability for a person or a group of people to identify with a political ideology without any form of secrecy or whatsoever. In other words, political parties are highly partisan in the sense that they are always seen championing or promoting the interest of their members. The fourth feature of a political party is manifestos. What is a manifesto? A manifesto refers to the written plans of a political party and how they intend to achieve these plans should they be voted into power. In other words, manifestos are those written actions and plans and how they would be achieved should a political party find itself in the corridors of political power. Lastly, we have campaigns as a feature of a political party. You may be wondering, what is a campaign or what are campaigns? Campaigns are a planned set of activities carried out by various political parties in order to gather support from the public. When political parties prepare manifestos, The easiest way and the quickest means to get them across the people is via campaigns. Moving forward, let us look at the organizations of political parties. Primarily, a political party is organized on three basic levels. These are the local level, the state level, and the national level. What is the local level of a political party? At the local level, government is said to be the closest to the people because it is regarded as government at the grassroots. Political parties take advantage of this by ensuring that they have a strong presence within the local level, giving them access to the people. The second organization of a political party is at the state level. At the state level, the highest office is the office of the governor, and every political party organizes primaries or primary elections, which is aimed at electing or selecting a candidate who will represent the party at the state level. And lastly, we have the national level. At the national level, political parties also field candidates to occupy national positions, such as the presidency and National Assembly seats. This is usually done by conducting primaries to decide who will become the party's flag bearer. Flag bearers go on to represent their political parties at the national elections. Now, let us look at some functions of political parties. In every society, political parties play some vital roles such that without them, some goals will not be achieved. Some of these functions played by political parties in societies include: we have nomination of candidates, mobilization of voters, education of the masses, and accountability. Nomination of candidates. Political parties nominate candidates for various political positions. This means that no individual wakes up and decides to represent a political party in any elective post. The only way this individual gets a chance to represent the party is to go through a formal process, usually called the primaries. This is the only way an individual legally gets the backing of a party to contest elections. Also, we have mobilization of voters. Political parties do not only present candidates for elective positions, they also go as far as mobilizing support for their candidates in various elective offices. This is achieved mainly through campaigns and rallies. Another function a political party plays in a society is the education of the masses. Political parties are not only formed mainly to contest and win elections, they also serve as a good channel for political education of the masses. In other words, political parties help the people stay abreast of what is happening in their society politically and also gives them a viable alternative should they decide to change government. Lastly, we have accountability. The presence of two or more political parties in a society means that the party in power ensures that it fulfills its promises to the electorates, who are also regarded as citizens. This is usually so because there is always an opposition party or opposition parties waiting to capitalize on a party's inability to fulfill their promises to the people. Having looked at the features of a political party, let us take a look at the types of political parties. The broad categorization of a political party falls into two main categories, and they are cadre parties and mass parties. What are cadre parties? Cadre parties are political parties formed by the elite or influential members of any society. In other words, cadre parties do not operate on open membership. Membership in this type of political party is highly contested by the intellectual and wealthy members of the society. The second political party is mass party. A mass party is a kind of political party that has an open membership. In other words, it is not restricted to any class of society. It is open to everyone in society. A mass party primarily operates an open membership because it seeks to get enough funds to sponsor its programs and agenda and also help to spread party ideologies across the nation where it operates. Nigeria, for instance, is a country that practices a mass party system because all the major political parties in the country are not restricted to a particular class of people in society. We have come to the end of this class, but before we go, let us remind ourselves of what we've learned so far. We started by defining a political party as an organized group of people with the interest to contest and win elections. Also, we went further to list and explain some features of a political party, which include shared ideology, partisanship, amongst others. We also said that political parties are organized in 3 different levels, which are the local level, the state level, and at the national level. Going further, we also mentioned some functions of a political party, which are as follows. 1. Education of masses, and nomination of candidates. We ended by identifying the 2 broad categorizations of a political party, which are cadre parties and mass parties. We said that cadre parties are parties that do not operate an open membership. In other words, they are restricted to elite and influential members of society. Lastly, we said that mass parties are parties that operate an open membership. In other words, all members of the society can become members of this political party. Now, let us take some questions to test our knowledge on what we have learned so far. Question 1. Which of these correctly defines a political party? Option A. A system of government practiced in Nigeria which was adopted in 1959. Option B. A group of people with a common interest to contest and win elections. Or option C. A group of people with a common interest in business and politics. If your answer was option A, a system of government practiced in Nigeria which was adopted in 1959, that was wrong. The correct answer is option B. A political party is defined as a group of people with a common interest to contest and win elections. Question 2. Dash is not a function of a political party. Option A. Education of the masses. Option B. Partisanship. Option C. Accountability. The correct answer is option B. Partisanship. Partisanship is a feature of a political party and not a function. I hope you can now define a political party, and not only define a political party, I also hope that you are able to distinguish or differentiate between the types of political parties when asked to do so. Bye for now and see you in our next class.